Thanks for coming back to check out another video here at Saltiness Isn't Bliss. Today I am featuring taco meatballs. So let's start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees and get out a large baking sheet. If you have parchment paper handy, you can line it with parchment paper. We will spray that in just a bit. If not, you can just spray the pan or you can put foil in place of the parchment paper. So in a large bowl, we want to combine a handful of ingredients and then we'll add our meat in there. So we're going to start with 1 raw egg, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. The beauty of tomato paste is that it's very low sodium. A 1 ounce packet of taco seasoning. If you can find the reduced sodium version, even better. 1/8 cup of dried cilantro. You can always chop up fresh. 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. I always work with the panko. The panko are the low sodium. And then in this dish, I've got some chopped chilies and diced tomatoes. I just took these right out of a can. I kept the tomatoes light because hubby's not a fan. You guys can tweak this any way you like. So you can go with fresh and you can always add more than what I have here. But I probably have about 1 to 2 tablespoons right there. So now we're just going to mix that well. All right, so our last ingredient is 1 pound of lean ground beef. So we've just added our ground beef to the mix. Now we want to just break that meat up and then we're just going to mix and blend all our ingredients until they are completely combined, and then we'll shape them into meatballs. So now is the time, no matter if you have a bare pan, foil, or parchment paper, you want to put a nice heavy coat of cooking spray. And now we can shape our meatballs. So the size of the meatballs is really up to you. The larger they are, the longer they may take to cook. So I try to keep them on the small to medium side. So that is about the size I'm gonna go with. And then you're just gonna set that right on the pan and continue those steps until you run out of meat. And there's no real technique here. I just kind of shape and roll it in my hands until I get it to the roundness that I like. 15 taco meatballs, all shaped, ready to go in the oven. So pop them in your oven for about 20 minutes. See you then. If you haven't figured out by now, blooper alert, there are 13 meatballs, not 15. I can always count on my cameraman to correct me after I've already said it in the video. So these have just come out of the oven. What I wanted to show you is my little trick to check if they're done without, having to just cut them open. So I just take a couple toothpicks, find the largest one on the pan, and just kind of open it up a little bit just to make sure that meat looks cooked all the way through, which it does. So now let's get some on a plate. We'll take that one, and find another big one. There we go. So I have come up with some ideas over here that we can top it with. So I'm going to put a little bit of salsa on the top of each one. You can of course make this work for you, tweak it any way you like, or use any kind of salsa you like. On top of that, I've got some shredded chihuahua cheese. And of course you can melt the cheese on these while they're still in the oven. And then to top it off, just some tortilla strips, just to give it a little crunch and a little more color. There we go. Check that out. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.